Have you ever wondered why cracking your knuckles feels disturbingly satisfying, even though every part of your brain tells you it probably shouldn't? Why does that sharp pop echo through your bones like a miniature explosion? And what if I told you something dramatic happens inside your hands every time you crack them? Welcome to a hidden world beneath your skin, a world of pressure, tension, microscopic caverns, and catastrophic collapse. Today, we're diving deep into what really happens inside your joints when you make that sound. Chapter 1. The moment before the pop. Picture this. You grab your finger and pull it slightly. You feel resistance, tense and tight, like stretching a rubber band. Inside your knuckle, pressure is rising. The joint capsule, the thin membrane sealing in your synovial fluid, stretches to its absolute limit. This thick, slippery synovial fluid is a substance so specialized that mechanical engineers still study it. As you pull your finger, the space between your bones increases, but the fluid volume stays the same. You're expanding a sealed chamber without adding anything to fill the extra space. Something has to give. The pressure drops rapidly, violently, and then a tiny bubble forms out of absolutely nowhere. This bubble isn't air. It contains dissolved gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen, suddenly ripped from their liquid state. You've created a microscopic vacuum chamber inside your hand, seconds away from exploding. Chapter 2. The birth of the bubble. The moment pressure drops, dissolved gases rush out of solution. It's like opening a shaken soda bottle, but this explosion happens inside your body. This phenomenon is called tribonucleation, so dramatic scientists didn't believe it was real for decades. Tribonucleation doesn't just make a bubble, it tears one into existence, ripping apart the fluid at a molecular level. You've created an unstable void inside your joint that nature wants to destroy immediately. The pressure around it starts to climb again, and the bubble walls begin to collapse inward. This collapse is so sudden and violent that it releases energy in the form of sound, the pop. You're not just cracking your knuckles, you're detonating bubble explosions inside your joints. Chapter 3. The bone-shaking shockwave. Scientists used high-speed MRI machines to watch what happens during the instant of the knuckle crack, and what they found shocked them. The pop wasn't subtle, it was violent. The collapsing bubble generated a shockwave, a mechanical pulse traveling through the tissues of the finger. This shockwave, though not powerful enough to break anything, causes tiny, sudden vibrations in the ligaments and capsule around the joint. You feel this as that release sensation, a quick jolt of mechanical energy rippling through your hand. Your brain interprets it as freedom, like removing a tight band squeezing your finger from the inside. But here's something most people don't know. After you crack a knuckle, you can't crack it again right away. Chapter 4. Why you can't crack the same knuckle twice. After the bubble collapses, the gases don't disappear instantly. Instead, the joint remains full of tiny gas remnants, invisible microbubbles suspended in the synovial fluid. These microbubbles take time to dissolve back into the fluid, sometimes as long as half an hour. As long as these bubbles exist, the pressure in the joint can't drop again to the critical point needed for another catastrophic collapse. The detonation chamber is offline, and your body needs time to rebuild it. Only once all the gas dissolves and the joint returns to a stable high-pressure equilibrium can you crack it again. Chapter 5. The creeping myth of knuckle damage. Now let's address the fear everyone grows up with. Stop cracking your knuckles. You'll get arthritis. Decades of research show that cracking your knuckles does not cause arthritis. Even a famous experiment, the Donald Unger study, confirms this. For over 50 years, Unger cracked the knuckles of one hand every single day. After half a century, he compared them. Both hands were identical. 0 increase in arthritis. 0 structural difference. So the myth is false, right? Well, not exactly. Scientists began noticing something else. Something subtle, slow, that builds over decades. Chronic knuckle cracking can cause stretching of ligaments, reduced grip strength, and joint laxity. It can also lead to soft tissue irritation, thickening of the joint capsule, and swelling in habitual crackers. None of these are catastrophic, but they can change your hands over a lifetime. Not because of the bubble, but because of what you are doing to force the bubble to form. The damage doesn't come from the pop, it comes from you. Chapter 6. The dark side of the habit. When you crack your knuckles repeatedly over many years, You begin to change how your brain handles stress and tension. Studies show that habitual knuckle crackers are more likely to develop nervous tics, compulsive habits, and stress relief dependencies. Cracking becomes more than a sound. It becomes psychological self-maintenance, a way to calm yourself and reset your nerves. Your brain starts craving that microscopic violence inside your hands. The rapid pressure drop, the explosive release, the shockwave. It becomes a ritual, a cycle, and like any cycle, it becomes harder to stop. So the next time you feel that urge, remember the hidden world within your hands and the complex science behind that satisfying pop.